Okay, leaving the bond. Got some. Our neighbors are here. I think all our neighbors. No, the one lady next door is not here. I mean, for us expats, the economy's like no problem at all. Hey, sawadee up. Cousin of my Thai wife, I guess. Anyways, the economy's really actually fine for us. There's plenty of labor available to do stuff, and and I think inflation for us, I'm not seeing any kind of problem. There is global inflation. That's a global thing. There's global problems, and Thailand is not completely immune. Hang on. Sun's a little weird. That's better. Okay. Anyways, so I feel bad for there's unemployment. There's I don't know what the rates are. This isn't the economics channel, but it is easy to find somebody to work if you want work done, which is convenient for us. I'm not trying to be selfish. It just is what it is. Anyways, with that opener, what I really wanted to talk about is I did 2 videos about 2 weeks ago. Well, it was a 2-parter on the 4 broad categories of scammer. Sadly, I have deep experience with scammers. Good for you guys, though. I try not to put too much out on this, but it is a serious subject, and it's so common. It's so common that you have to watch it. You got to be careful. You can't go on any dating site or any dating app or Facebook or meet anyone almost under any circumstances and not need to be concerned that maybe they're a scammer, or that they're a scammer even working within a group of people, kind of like a pack of wolves, and they'll coordinate to bring you down. One will vouch for the other, saying the other's good. They'll pretend there's a problem, and then they'll all be JD about it to prove how great they are. And then the next time something happens, you'll think, wow, well, these are honest people because they've saved me before. That's when they get you. Ask me how I know that, by the way. Anyways, so having said all that, picking up some wind. Lovely weather for me, not the best for vlogging, so sorry for you guys. I still have I'm going to double check. My microphone parts are still supposed to be not canceled and still coming, but anyways. 4 broad categories of scammer. I had to bring the videos down. It was just too detailed. It was, I think some of it might have been in poor taste or just too much. I just wasn't comfortable, so I'm going to try again. And this isn't the first time I've had to shoot something more than once, so... Starting, they're going to go in increasingly worse order. And the first one, it's up to you whether you qualify this person officially as a scammer in air quotes or not, or how you would call it. But the first person that in terms of walking and quacking like a scammer, if they're not actually one, would be your rural culture, country type, traditional and or traditional culture Thai lady, or if her family is super traditional culture. And under these real traditional people, these very rural type people, they'll see their daughter or niece or whatever with a phalang, and they'll just automatically tell her, well, you have to get money from him. You get money from phalang. And this person may not have had any intention of getting. I mean, they know that we're foreigners, so any Western foreigner more or less is going to be something like 10 times wealthier than they are. I mean, the average Thai salary, or the average minimum standard Thai salary for a worker at a restaurant, a store you're buying something at, that is 6,000 to 8,000 baht per month. 10,000 baht is $300, so call it $200 a month. So if you're even on a small pension of $1,000 a month or something, one, you can live comfortably here on that amount, by the way, very comfortably, no problem. 2, you're making a lot more money than they are. you're making 5 times what they do, and that's on a small pension. And your average expat here is probably making twice that or more. So we're 10 times, 15, 20, 30 times wealthier than they are. It's giant. So the family could pressure them. The lady may have thought, obviously, she wants a Falang because there's other reasons they want a foreign guy, by the way. The Thai men are kind of known to be really hard on their women. They really are. So there's a lot of reasons other than money. For example, I'll call her my Thai wife. I don't give her any money. We share expenses, and I help her as I choose here and there, but nothing consistent because I don't want pay for play. That's not what I want. It's up to everyone for what they want. Anyway, so she may have been well aware that we have money and all that, but she may not have had any actual plan to like cheat you and trick you and lie to you and just steal from you. But the family, may not be thinking that specifically either, but the net effect to you, how it walks and quacks, is going to be a lot like you're being scammed. But this one's a gray area. Would you call that a scam or not? Up to you. But when you're dating or thinking of settling in with a very traditional country, rural, old-fashioned, maybe lesser modern, lesser educated, family type deal, you have to kind of watch for that. And they'll just be, well, we need a dowry. Well, dowries, I cover that elsewhere, but dowries are paid for a young woman, technically a young woman, virgin, no kids. See, the virgin and no kids are supposed to go together, by the way, for those that didn't know that. Top tip. And they'll say, oh, we need a dowry. Well, you don't pay a dowry for, if your lady's 30. Over 32 is kind of right around the break point. Somewhere as they get close to or are older than 32, that dowry gets a lot smaller and starts to go away. A full 100% in dowry is for a lady just out of college, so 22, 25, virgin, at least plausibly, and all that. Then, yeah, you're going to owe a dowry, but, or they may ask, and they're entitled to ask. You get the idea. So it'll be things like that. It'll be, well, we want to put an addition on our house to have you live in it, and you need to pay for the addition. They'll just be, and that may not be at a fair price. You'll get it. So you can sort of stumble into something that becomes a bit financially extractive unintentionally. Okay, and I'm going slow. I got to pick this up. Sorry, guys. So that's the first one. All right, so your number 2 type of scammer, getting worse, is your gold digger. This is basically the same gold digger we have back in the United States or England, or I imagine you have them in England and Australia. No one specifically told me, but I'll bet you do. We have them in the U.S. in spades, by the way. I'm going to refrain from making any more jokes. I'm recently divorced. Anyways, gold digger. Kind of like the first person, the country girl, I'll call it, but this one's a little more intentional, very materialistic, wants. That's why she wanted a Falang in the first place. Really was just money. Really was her primary motivator. Wasn't culture, education for the kids, a guy sticking around, someone to be easier on her and not be so hard on her. And I'm not going to get into detail on this video. We'll do that another time, but suffice to say that the Thai guys can be pretty hard on the ladies. Anyway, so the gold digger, and they just... You'll see it. I mean, it's kind of like the bar girl in a way where, if a guy pays the bar fine, takes a bar girl out for the afternoon or for the night, and he wants a little extra boom boom, and he hasn't bought her that pair of shoes she happened to stop at the window to stop at, that she probably stops with every Falang, by the way, and goes back and gets the money later. And you didn't buy that pair of shoes for her, you'll probably find she has a headache and you're not getting that extra boom boom, and that's but your gold digger is kind of like that. It's not, I'm not saying a bar girl, doesn't matter if they are or aren't. In this example, typically aren't. That's a separate category. And they just are always wanting money, always wanting you to pay for everything. Whenever they go out with their friends, you pay everything. You shouldn't be doing that. You don't have to do that, and you should not be doing that. You're always paying, always opening your wallet, always you. By way of example, I debate with I'll call her my Thai wife. She's buying something and I'll pull my wallet out, as I was taught as a gentleman with my friends when we're sharing food and stuff like that, or sharing a bar bill. I always pull my wallet out so everybody can see that I'm here ready to pay. And she'll say, no, 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 I want pay, I want pay. She's proud of her government job and her very reasonable Thai salary, many multiples of the number I just told you. She has an actually good salary. And she supported her children on her own, more or less. So when I bought her mother a motorcycle, after being here a year and watching everyone very carefully how they were with me, I was very careful. She argued I get the cheaper motorcycle. I said, no, 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 I want one that's actually useful. And if I got to roll, if this doesn't work out, and I'm gone by dawn, I love that quote from Sam Elliott in Roadhouse. If I got to do that, I leave the motorcycle with a glad heart. I did what I could and should have done as a much wealthier guy compared to them. I'm not wealthy compared to Americans, but here I am. And that's great. So my choice. But she was arguing for the cheaper one. And she does that all the time. I'm saying I feel like going out or I feel like doing this. And she's like, well, let me cook you some dinner. Don't waste your money. You know, you should be getting that. The gold digger will never do any of that. So that's your gold digger. Next one, going up in worse order, would be number 3. No, thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. Thank you very much.